similar to the Kia Sportage size. That's not bad. Fairly silent or muted on the driving part. Are not going to be super sporty. Hey guys, this is Drew. Welcome to the channel. This is the all-new Kia EV5 available finally in New Zealand. Today we are driving the Earth 2-wheel drive vehicle. So the Kia EV5 has a starting price tag at $67,990 plus ORC. The top spec trim GT Line all-wheel drive will go up to $85,450. Well, the Earth 2-wheel drive will land at $75,450 plus ORC. There are 5 trims available. Today we're driving sort of a medium or high spec. I do think this is a sweet spot if you like a good amount of features. At the same time, you are getting a really good range. But if you wanted to go for the all-wheel drive, you can go to the Earth all-wheel drive edition. Anyway, overall, the vehicle is similar to the Kia Sportage size. The length is actually just a little bit shorter than the Sportage, although it looks really chunky due to its pure electric platform. The length of the car is 4.61 meters long, the width is 1.87 meters wide, with a wheelbase at 2.75. So longer wheelbase than the Sportage, but shorter body length than the Sportage. So overall, similar to Sportage in terms of feel, in terms of length, in terms of size and things like that. I do love this design, to be fair. It looks quite chunky, very boxy. It just basically is like a smaller EV9 overall. The front grille looks identical, the front lights looks identical. This one comes with a full LED headlights with the new Kia logo. On the side, the Earth Edition gets 19, where the Light and Light Plus gets 18, and the top spec GT line gets 20-inch alloys. There's alloys on the side, caps around the center. Good for the aerodynamic. If you look at it on the side, it's quite boxy shape. It feels quite long, to be fair. The tailgate's definitely stretched to the back, so make it close to a flat sort of cut. The LED tail lights are also at the back. It's not fully running through because in between you get some black trims and reversing camera, all that things. Parking sensors are also available, of course. EV5 logo and Kia logo is at the back. Do you like the design? Let me know in the comment. Small detail I mentioned earlier is the rear windscreen wiper is actually on the top, which is actually really cool. The flush looking door handle also is quite easy to locate, easy to use. There's a particular feature also, it's called approach to unlock. As long as you have the key with you, you walk to the car, everything unlocks from the driver door. So power tailgate is available on the Earth Edition. Once it's opened up, we are getting 513 liters of boot space. It's quite square, quite boxy. It's not as long as the Sportage, but still really useful. Underneath, some storage over here, additional storage underneath as well, just like that. There's no space saver, just a tire mobility kit, that's all, and charging cables, of course. Inside the boot, we're getting this 3-pin socket to charging some other devices. There are some cool hooks or puzzle shelf holders. You can locate this on the side, at the front. There are different holes available. Some storage on the top, some storage over here. There's also going to be covers on the top as well. Only available on the top GT line spec. You can make the shelf up and down and things like that. But for this particular spec and the lower spec, you can't change anything on the top, if that makes sense. So yeah, plenty of storage in the boot. Now, if the rear seats are flat, we're getting 1,713 liters of boot volume total, so that's actually bigger than the Sportage due to the height of the vehicle. Apart from the boot, there is also a Frunk. It's pretty easy to get into, and that we have a 67 liters of Frunk space. Max load is 25 kilograms. It's really deep actually, it's pretty big as well, so very useful if you store your cables and things like that. Now talking about charging, this is how the charging port looks like. It's located on the driver's side. Type 2 on the top, CCS combined DC charging underneath. It can take up to 141 kilowatts on the DC charging and up to 11 kilowatts on the standard Type 2 charging. Close that, just like that. Battery wise, this vehicle is powered by a BYD Blade technology battery, and they are LFP batteries, 88.1 kilowatt to be exact. The range really depends on the trim you're looking for, can be around 500 to 530. For example, this one is 540 kilometers. This Earth Edition will be the vegan leather available on this medium spec. If you're going to the low spec, that's going to be fabric. adjustment, there are tons of adjustments for the seats. So if you push this, that's as far as it goes, or you can go all the way, that's as far as it goes all the way back. Let's step inside. The front is my sitting position at about 178 centimeters tall. I've got tons of legroom, tons of foot space, and heaps of headroom overall. The width is really good, overall very enjoyable for my height to sit over here. I think someone that's close to 7 foot will be find the position very comfortable as well. Since this is a big boxy shape, it's gonna be really helpful for someone who's much taller than me, to be fair. In terms of equipment, pockets over here, USB-C charging on the back of the front seats, air vents on the side, storage over here, just like that. Armrest is nice and squeegee, no issue at all. Let's close the door. Feels solid. That's not bad. In terms of build quality, leatherette finish over here, leatherette finish over here, some plastic on the top, some sort of matte finish trims over here. Very nice gold essence around the vehicle, trims again, plasticky underneath, and with some storage over there. This is how the front looks like, but we are going to have a look inside right now. Alright, this is how the front seats looks like. The seat on the passenger side is very special. This part and the seat base can be slid forward, backwards, all together. They will go in one piece. But the armrest does not move at all. Where on the driver's side, electric adjusted seats on the earth spec with lumbar support and heated function at the front. If you want the cooling, unfortunately you have to go to the GT line. Anyway, step inside. Start button is just below the steering column. There we go, now the car is on. Of course it's silent, it's an electric vehicle. Switch forward and backwards on this particular lever is going to be about your gear select. Press on the side, that's park. While we're on the reverse, let's quickly look at the reverse camera. It's very sharp. And it's got the 3D, of course, just like that. And that's pretty cool. So yeah, as good as the EV9, so no issue about the reverse camera at all. Now, steering wise, it's very similar to the EV9 steering. So some buttons on the left for your cruise control, steering assist, things like that. Some buttons on the right for your music, phone call, stuff like that. Indicator is on the right, just as normal. Lights and wipers, just as normal. You are getting the newest driver detection monitor over here. Some people may not like it, but many new cars will have this small display just located behind the steering. Pedal shifters, as normal, you can change your regenerative braking from all the way to level 0 to 1 pedal driving on the max level. I love that. Dashboard and the screen are both 12.3 dual screens, so nice, crystal clear. What I really like, they have the black background and some sort of grey lines and some white lines. It's very easy to read your speedo if you need to read that. You should have no problem recognizing most of the things or see most of the information. Some adjustment menus that you can do, but not many. Basically in the center, head-up display is also available even on the earth spec. In between the dual screen on the side, you are getting a 5-inch display panel for your air conditioning screen, so you can change your air conditioning functions, temperature, fan speed, and some demister, auto, and things like that. But good thing, you also get these physical buttons to quickly change your temperature, fan speed, mode, temperature, again on the driver's side, so that's really nice. A spill adjustment for your music is also available. Some direct buttons underneath, but they're not just buttons, they're just simply touch sensitive material basically, which is okay. It's not too bad. I find this a little bit better than the EV9, especially a little bit better to read with the lines and things like that. But sometimes when you're driving, it may not be the easiest to reach. But yeah, no complaint. The screen itself is relatively simple, so settings are here and some adjustments over here for your music and things like that. EV mode, you can change all your EV settings, charge and things like that, so they are all there. The screen response is really fast, there's no issue on that. The coolest thing about this is the one of the first Kia vehicles available in New Zealand that's going to be have access to the Kia Connect services, weather, calendar, and phone connectivity plus OTA update. So that's going to be available on the new Kia EV5. Now, if you keep moving down, we're going to find 2 USB-C chargings. You can click this to change the function for the left one. 12-volt socket is also here. Cup holder is also here. Wireless phone charging is over here, and key sensor pad is on the left. Some direct buttons to go to your auto hold and cameras and things like that. There is armrest, but there is no center storage box because you are getting another tray just down there for your deep storage. So storage wise, no issue at all. Push that to open the cover. There's a small hook over here as well. I think it might be a shopping bag or something like that. Maximum 3 kilograms, which is okay so far. In terms of the interior build quality, although they are all dark colors, but they're not too bad at all. There are many design elements. For example, the trims goes around, the gold trims over here on the side, and you got leather red finish over here on your armrest. Heated seats are over here. Door handles feel solid, and air vents feels cool as well. On the top, some plasticky trims over here, but you also got another design language over here. Some matte sort of black finish over here. That means it's not going to catch too much fingerprints compared to other piano black trims. There's another chrome matte finish over here, which again looks quite cool. Some design elements around the center console as well. Again, the material feels like a piano black material, but they're matte finish. So again, not many fingerprints and things like that. So yeah, I do enjoy the interior of this car, and it's so wide. Look how far I am with the passenger on the side. So yeah, fairly enjoyable in terms of the usability and things like that. Now, before we get on the road, let's talk about the visibility. The wing mirrors are large. There's some gap over here to look at your driveway and stop signs. The rear windscreen is medium level. If you're someone sitting in between the seats, you're going to be blocked, but overall, no issue at all. Side is good as well. Front, particularly, the bonnet is actually quite high. You are going to see the bonnet lines on the top, so probably not the easiest to spot anything that's a little bit lower than the bonnet at the front. But again, no issue, you got a 360 view camera on this particular spec anyway. Another thing before you go, we need to talk about is about the safety technologies. Some of the things can be annoying, but of course you can turn them off. I've chosen to turn some of the functions off just so we don't get all the beepings on this particular test drive. One thing is the speed limit readings and speed limit assist. Second thing is the lane departure warning. Third thing is the driver monitoring fatigue reminder or things like that. Now we're on the road, let's go through some numbers on this vehicle. So the Earth 2-wheel drive and other 2-wheel drive variants will only come with a single motor mounted at the front. For front wheel drive, that means 160 kilowatts of power, 310 Newton meters of torque at the front. If you need a bit more power, you can option for the all-wheel drive version, and the all-wheel drive gets more power of course and more torque. I'll list it on the screen. The single motor isn't going to be the fastest, and the 0 to 100 timer is going to be around 9 point something seconds, where the all-wheel drive version will be just over 6 seconds from 0 to 100. But it's not too bad. When you drive something like a big size like this, you're not going to expect the vehicle give you sort of the most power delivery on all surfaces, which means it's still very easy to control the throttle. Next, let's go through some numbers on the battery. So it's powered by a BYD Blade battery. They are LFP batteries. Every single Kia EV5 is going to be one type of battery, 88.1 kilowatt hour to be exact. That means WLTP range could be up to 550 or down to 470 kilometers, depends on the variant, all-wheel drive or two-wheel drive you are looking for. This particular version of the Earth two-wheel drive will get you 540 kilometers on WLTP range. So the good thing about LFP, they are safe, they are durable, and they will last a bit longer than the NMC pack. So that's a good benefit if you want something like this. In terms of suspension, it's got a front McPherson strut and rear 5-link or multi-link struts. So that means pretty standard with all the SUVs on the market. They are very soft. You can feel the tuning is towards the soft level. They don't really bounce around, but if you're actually going to be on a gravel road, I'm pretty sure this will feel a little bit more bouncier than something like the EV6. Handling is really soft. At low speed, it's really light steering. It still feels solid though, it's not going to go all over the places on these particular steering adjustments. And cornering like this is okay. It doesn't feel it's the most, let's say, handling machine, and you can't going to feel the body roll around the corners, as this is such a big vehicle with high gravity level, I would say, due to the height, due to the wheelbase and things like that. There are different drive modes you can select. Right now we are driving on normal and sport and snow, things like that. When you drive on sport, the acceleration is going to be very fast. Let's go to normal just to keep as a balanced drive to see how that goes. Brake feels very similar to the EV9. There are some regenerative braking. I've only changed to level 1, so not heavy regeneration. If you do choose, you can do a one pedal driving on this car. It's going to be very useful if you drive around the city or low speed traffic and things like that. Turning again, feels alright. I do apologize for the rear, the tools are making some noise. And over here, let's maybe test the sport acceleration just around this corner. The speed limit here is 80, so I'm not going to go 100. 1, 2, 3. Alright. You can feel it's towards the pedals response is towards the normal level. They are not going to be super sporty, super sharp, even on sport mode. Right now, let's put the foot down. 1, 2, 3. This is the uphill. Whoa, that's not bad. That's not too bad compared to the last acceleration from stop start. On a surface like this, the vehicle feels still very soft and very comfortable to travel. Of course, right now it's bad and you're going to hear a lot more noises around the road, but overall it's fairly silent or muted on the driving part. Another acceleration over here. There's no one behind me, so let's this time slow down to 20. 1, 2, 3. You can see the power is building up, but it's not sending the full power when I put the foot down. It's alright. I think it's fine for daily drive. Still going to be feel maybe a bit faster than your average Sportage 2-liter natural aspirate. Maybe the 1.6 turbo will be similar, but yeah, so overall these cars feels just like your average Sportage medium-sized SUV on the pickup and acceleration. It's not going to be sporty, but at the same time, really comfy to drive. And maybe another acceleration. Let's slow down to 50, give it a go. Sport mode still. 1, 2, 3. You can see the pickup is much faster when we are traveling at a slightly higher speed. Now it's the handling part. It's okay. It's not the, let's say, responsive part of this car. I feel like the handling is just okay around the corners. You are going to feel the body roll since this is a big, chunky, boxy shape. The brake, it feels fine. Overall, just a nice, pleasant car to drive. If you have driven something like a Kia Sportage, if you have owned anything like a medium-sized SUV, you are not going to complain about the ride quality on this vehicle. But at the same time, if you really love something like the Tesla Model Y's handling or Kia EV6 handling, you may not like this handling that much. It's pretty average in terms of handling feel. But at the same time, it's probably comfier than the Tesla Model Y, definitely comfier than the EV6. It's definitely roomier than both cars on the second row, even on the first row as well. At the same time, pedal response is really easy on sport mode. Even on normal mode, I think we are fine for the driving part. Yeah, not too bad at all. So overall, my thoughts about the EV5, it is good, spacious SUV. If you like something of the Sportage, if you want to get a medium-sized SUV like this is definitely a good choice. If you want a space interior, very long range in terms of the driving range, more than 500 km on most of the trims. At the same time, if you like the look, this is definitely not a bad choice. But depends on if you like the driving. If you want something really sporty, maybe the EV6, maybe the Tesla Model Y will be a little bit better in terms of the handling and things like that. So yeah, that's all my thoughts about this POV drive on the all-new Kia EV5. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I would really love to hear what you think about this vehicle. At the same time, subscribe and like if you find this video helpful, and more videos are coming for New Zealand Drive in the future. That's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. See you next video.